So here we have lots of different styles of nesting materials that can be used for blue orchard bees in orchards for pollination or just in your backyard. This is our favorite style. This is just a water-resistant plastic. It's the same material that can be found in people's yards as political signs. But any sort of water-resistant material, a wood block, or even a milk carton like you can see over here. They're just reused milk cartons. So some sort of water-resistant material with an awning or a ledge over top to protect them from water and from direct sunlight. So here we have cardboard tubes with paper inserts, and they do have a plug in the back, and that's to keep light from entering this nest. In nature, this would be in a hollowed out beetle hole in the trunks of trees, so it's very protected from light and from water. And so we have about 50 of these straws per bundle, and 2 bundles here held by some wire up top. And then we also have some wood blocks. That's another thing that we do like to use, and you would put this inside of this container to keep it sheltered. These are just drilled holes that are drilled into blocks of wood. The most important thing is the diameter of these holes here. You want them to be about 7 to 8 millimeters in diameter and about 6 inches long. The length doesn't quite matter as much as the size, because the size is really going to determine what kind of bees are going to use this. So the shape doesn't really matter too much. You can get pretty creative and try different types of wood, different arrangements. We do like this 7x7 block here. One advantage of using these blocks is that it has more surface area for the bees to land on. They like to bask in the sun in the mornings and just to rest on their nest block. It's also thought that these wider spaced nests might reduce their time on figuring out which nest is theirs, because each female has their own nest and they don't share nests. And it's also thought with these reeds it creates sort of a geometric shape, and that might also help females identify which nest is theirs. So instead of cardboard tubes with paper inserts, these are reeds, so they can be used. A wide range of woody materials can be used for these reeds. This is bamboo, but just about any woody material that has a hollowed out stem in the middle could work. And another type of nesting structure you can use is called laminates or wafer boards. These can be used with or without paper straws. It's just up to you on how you like to dissect these when it comes time in the winter. You do want to put this as well in some sort of water resistant or protected shelter. But these wafer boards are really easy to break apart and get your nests out of. Even if you don't have paper straw inserts, they build their cocoons right in here, and it's very easy to check your nests and to dissect later in the winter. So with these wood blocks, you can get really creative with the different shapes and sizes and types of wood that you want to use, but you do want to put them in some sort of secondary shelter, and you want to make sure that there is some sort of wall or covering on that back side. Don't just drill all the way through and leave these open. You can use just aluminum foil to cover up this back side, and that protects the inside of the nest, keeps light out and water out of their nests. So you might notice that most of our materials here are dark in color. Just from personal observation, it seems like these blue orchard bees prefer these sort of darker colors, and it does help to keep their nest structures warm. So these bees are active early in the springtime when weather can be very cool and fluctuate a lot. So these darker colors help to keep their nests warm, and they also like to use these darker colors to land and perch on to bask in the sun.